Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we're going to the Grixis buffet. Nom 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 nom. Ah, Grixis buffet. I use buffet as a term for decks that take a lot of inspiration from Commander or Historic Brawl, singleton formats where you can only play one of a card. In these decks, I grab a lot of one-ofs because there are so many good cards right now that do so many different things well that it can be actually useful to have a lot of different cards in the deck, a lot of one-ofs, a lot of singletons, a lot of little fun-ofs, you could say. And in this particular deck, we're running basically 4 of the most necessary cards, the cards that do the best early in the game: Blood Tithe Harvester, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Corpse Appraiser. That should surprise nobody. These cards are all over the place. They are ubiquitous in the format. You play against them all the time. Then we also have 3 Go for the Throats, and we have 2 Cut Downs, because those are some of the best removal spells you could possibly play. But the rest of the spots are dedicated to variety and versatility, both in the removal spells with Abrade and Make Disappear, and in the threats like Kaito Shizuki and Ob Nixilis and Liliana of the Veil, just to name 3 of the singleton planeswalkers in a deck full of planeswalkers, absolutely full of it. But it goes further than that. We have legendary creatures like Shieldred the Apocalypse, Urtai Resurrected, Solkanar the Tainted, Evelyn the Covetous, and a Blade Coil Serpent and a Flesh Gorger. When the opponent doesn't know what to expect, when they think they know you, but they don't, that is when you can take advantage of a meta that has become a little samey, let's just say. A lot of decks running just 3 and 4 of all of the what they consider the best cards, but they aren't necessarily prepared or expecting the Saheeli Filigree Master to make those Thopters that fly over the top and take out their beloved Planeswalker. They aren't expecting Solkanar the Tainted and all the value that he brings out to the swamp. They aren't expecting Evelyn the Covetous to flash in and ambush block them while gaining card advantage. Decks like this are some of the most fun that I think you can have, especially in an established format where the opponent is going to be like, what? Who plays that? That is insane. In this video, you will see soldiers getting swept. You will see control mages getting obliterated. You will see a Grixis Superfriends Planeswalker party that almost takes up the entire board. It is so much fun. So I hope that you stay and check it out. Remember to like and subscribe to the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube page. That is what you're watching. Hit subscribe, hit like, and let's dive in. Let the Grixis buffet nonsense begin. Ew, all pain lands. Definitely keeping. Why? We're Grixis. Pain is what we're in for. Turn 2 Harvester, let's go. 2 points to self. We've got some of the funnest 5-drop legends, so we just want to really push our mana up to that point. Now we find out if our opponent's playing some kind of control deck or soldiers, and the answer, it's soldiers. It's always soldiers. Kill it, make it die. Corpse Appraisal. 3 damage. We are looking for a land that doesn't hurt. These lands will do. These lands will do nicely. What am I playing next turn? I guess the option of 2 2-drops is much better than a tapped land. Officer, good, good, good. Excuse me, officer. Had to pull was I speeding? Your turn to suffer. So then we hit him with the Make Disappear. We drop the Shieldred. Okay, that resolves. You got something else? On its own, it's not that good. Smooth of them to play around Make Disappear potentially, but nope, they don't. You saw that little like pass, like wondering if they should play around it. They decided not to. Go for the Throat. Now we have that for a Brutal Cathar. Dude, you gotta send a message. Gotta stay aggressive. and we got a block. The opponent might be discarding something for indestructible just to prevent the damage, and they discard a land. I don't know. It does tell us their hand might be a bit weak, but if they had more lands, they could use the beachhead. All right, I expect my opponent to play a Brutal Cathar and attack with their Guardian. So then I can use Gopher Throat on my upkeep, get my Sheoldred back, draw, gain life, and pound them into the oblivion. That's not a Brutal Cathar. Love it. Now we're gaining life back. That is a cut down. That is a beautiful draw. Let's see if the opponent goes for a double block if we attack with both. Nothing. No blocks. All right, then I guess we'll save our removal spells for their turn. No reason not to. They could play counter magic, but most of the soldier decks, especially those with Thalia, do not. They've got another aviator, so before that resolves, we'll take out the officer. So they can't draw a card. Even though if they did at this point, it would be very bad for them. They'd have no blockers. Maybe I should just let them draw their card. Use it as a trap. Ooh, they're gonna flash in the reinforcements. Let's see if they draw a card here. Maybe they will fall for the trap. Don't do it, opponent. You'll have no blockers. The damage will be too much. Aha. Love it. Successfully baited into the trap. We go for the throat. And now, with their next draw step, they're just dead, I believe. Saheeli! Saheeli ensures it. And you thought keeping 3 pain lands and taking like 10 damage from my own lands would be a problem.
Multiverse is a paradise of inspiration.
Never didn't have it.
Like making masterpieces is hard?
Soldiers dispatched. Nothing like a crowd of one-ofs doing their job. Just showing up and hitting a home run and heading back to the bench. We go first. We have Planeswalkers. We will keep. On the draw, this hand would be too slow, and I would not keep it at all. But on the play, you can play 3 drops. You can start your curve at 3 if you go first. If you go second, it better be the most amazing 3 and 4 and 5 you could possibly have. Plains, Island, control deck. Do I play around Make Disappear? Do I play around Counter Magic? I don't think it gets better as the game goes on. Let's go for Liliana. Resolves. Cool. Let's plus. I'm going to discard the reactive card. Go for the throat. Opponent discards Temporary Lockdown. So that is like a control deck. It means they don't run any permanents, or at least not many permanents that cost 2 or less. Fateful Absence is great. You get a little clue here. Opponent did tap out. We could go for Ob. Ob is great when you have a casualty. We don't in this case. Also, if they play Temporary Lockdown, we lose our clue. So I think I'm just supposed to use the clue right away, but I'll pass because we have Urtai who can come out at instant speed. Depending what the opponent does, might be worth it, but they'll probably do nothing. As you can see, nothing. They do nothing. All right, we drew a Harvester, which can go good with the Ob. Opponent has 4 mana open. Let's Ob them up. They can only counter one of them, probably. We'll see. Strikes me as Wandering Emperor time.
Join me or die.
Make a couple devils.
Go sow some chaos. Oh, I have it.
All right. They're going to have some memories. They're going to dig up some stuff. So the devils were there to protect from a Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor comes down, minuses, makes a 2/2. Maybe pluses attacks. We just block. We ping the Emperor. Then we untap. We plus our obs. We kill their token. Everything was going to be fine. Teferi. Teferi's an issue. Let's see if we can hit a land. If we can, Blade Coil does work. We do not. We do not. All right. Ob plussing begin. I think we're going to have to Urtai that Teferi, which is not great. I don't like giving them a card.
Or carnage. Tribute is owed.
You do what you gotta do against Teferi. Card is just too much advantage.
Running out of time.
Blade Coil, though, can haste down. Could have hasted it down if we had the untapped land. Wonder if they'll play another Teferi. Looks like a pass. They might have Hullbreaker Horror, so I'm not in a hurry to get rid of this blood token for a go and get rid of my Go for the Throat. But I doubt there's going to be anything as relevant anytime soon. As irrelevant as a Go for the Throat. Corpse Appraiser's pretty good. Fable's pretty good. If I look in the graveyard right now, they'll know what I have. And we don't need to play the Corpse Appraiser pre-combat. We can definitely attack first, and we can definitely plus obs first.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
We're down to 10. This really feels like a Wandering Emperor. Is there some way we should play against a Wandering Emperor? I don't think so. I think we just go. We just get them. They take it all. Stunning. Now there is a creature down there. Let's go for it. Let's go for an Appraiser. Resolves. Okay, so they have like another Memory Deluge, and they're probably going to fare well. That's my take on it. So, I'm going to take this land. We're going to get them to tap out to Farewell, and Blade Coil Serpent is going to kill them. That's why we just keep playing stuff. Yep.
Now you've done it. Hat's coming off.
Plus, yep, that's a Farewell play.
To teach you.
Blade Coil does gain trample, by the way. But if they have a creature in the way, there is a little problem if they have a creature in the way. If they make a 2/2 here. They're not quite dead, right? Because it's 6. They're at 1. Unless we find another red source, and we didn't. Ooh. Okay, so we need them to lose life. Let's see if they choose to lose life before we show them the Blade Coil Serpent.
Defy me, and you lose everything.
Ah, they went to 3. They went to 3. That'll do it. They know. When they see the manual taps, they already know. And they're dead. Blade Coil. What a perfect one of. Our opponent's name is Archangels. We'll see if they're playing an Angel deck. So this hand is pretty good against Angels. if they are playing that, we have coverage for Giada so that it doesn't run away with the game, and a counter for their larger creature. We'd need to draw land. So cross your fingers and hold on to your butts. Deserted beach. Angels are still on the table. This blood token might have to be used to dig for lands. Denick. Okay, we can kill the Denick, and we do hit the land. Do we kill the Denick now? I don't think so. I think we spend our turn on Fable. We can save the cut down for later. I'm also not attacking with the Harvester because I don't want to trade with the Denick. Okay. Brutal Cathar. It looks like our opponent is on soldiers. Well, we didn't want to trade before. Do we want to trade now that there's a Brutal Cathar to cut down? This in the graveyard. Hopefully we find a Corpse Appraiser for it. Yeah, we'll do it because we might hit a Corpse Appraiser. Go for the Throat is good. I'm going to give up the Make Disappear because I don't think countering the opponent's thing is going to be a good option. And then I think I'm also giving up the Flesh Gorger because I don't think it will matter very much in this matchup the way it would against like a mono red. We really want to hit our land. We did. We really want to play our other Fable. We have. We want to hold up Cut Down in case they have another Brutal Cathar. Go for a Thalia. I could take out the Cathar now. I think I will. All right, 2 mana open could definitely be Resolute Reinforcements. Could be a problem. They might double block my Shaman, but I'm going to decline. My hand is all right. Yep, there's the reinforcements. And we'll see if they want to double block my Goblin. They usually get pretty scared of the Goblin, and they do. Do we save the Goblin, or do we keep our treasure for Blade Coil? We'll probably get more treasures next turn if we use this, but they're full of really good cards. I think we just take this trade. I think that's the way to play it. There's a lot of things that Go for the Throat needs to kill against this deck. Denick, okay. So if a creature goes to the graveyard from anywhere, they get a clue. Let's keep that in mind. Corpse Appraiser. 1 turn too late to nab the Denick. Scoop them up. They know that Reflection can copy the Corpse Appraiser and gain me probably way more value than they're prepared to deal with. Our opponent goes first, but we have a super control-y hand, so if they're playing aggressive, we're going to be able to mess with it quite a bit. And they name soldiers, so here we go again. So many soldiers out there. How about a Thalia? Okay. Vanguard Aviator. It's a cut down target. It's a Go for the Throat target. It's also a Brotherhood's End target. We could set up for the Brotherhood's End. Just take a few hits from this. That's not so bad. And I don't think I want to do it next turn. I think I want to do it 2 turns from now. So we can play the Swamp and play the Bankbuster. Then next turn the Coast. And then the turn after that, probably the Reef, but maybe Sokenzen, depending where our life total is. But yep, here comes the Veteran. And the Frontliner. Opponent getting their strategy going. There is a risk. There's a very strong risk if they actually play Counter Magic in their deck. but they don't have a blue source that can cast a counterspell right now. They have 2 secluded courtyards. Makes it very unlikely they have something like a make disappear. And now it's completely off the table. They're gonna play the officer. You can get a little value from it if they're willing to not attack, but they're probably going to attack. And even though this is a 3/4, and you might... okay, they're bailing on some damage to draw cards. Okay. Even though this is a 3/4, Brotherhood's End still kills it, because it'll take out the veteran. And without the veteran to give the +1/+1, the officer will die. So we got to save all of our removal till after this happens. Just a 1-of, but when it hits, it hits. Opponent does pick up another card with the officer. That's why they held it back. But our life total is 5 points higher. Really want to find a corpse appraiser. Take some of these value cards out of the graveyard as soon as we can. It's a good one. And another good one. So they rebuild nicely. For them. Let's see what they do this turn. We've drawn a lot of land. Siege Veteran. I think we'll be killing that with Go for the Throat. So we want to kill the other creature that we're going to remove before it enters the battlefield. So that's going to be Thalia. So then let this enter. And then you go for its throat. If we kill it after it enters the battlefield, the opponent gets, well, the opponent gets a 1/1. And we got to keep their soldier count down because obviously that's their whole game plan. That flyer is a problem now. We can't chump it with the Sokenzen Crucible. Saheeli. Saheeli. What do you do, really? We make the Thopters. Harbin probably kills her, but it holds back the veteran, maybe? It's not very good if we're just making Thopters. We may as well use Sokenzen in that case, right? Right. I guess we'll draw first and see what we draw. Jaya. Jaya comes down, pluses, makes a monk, opponent blocks. Yeah, the planeswalkers aren't looking great here. I think we'll use the Crucible to try to get a few more looks. We can defend them better if we transform this Bankbuster. It's getting scary, though. Okay, they're going to do this now. That's fine. We're taking 5 in the air, so we'll need the Thopters next turn. The last card's a land, or it wouldn't hold priority there. So we don't have to worry about that.
If I can build it, I can beat you with dive like hawks.
All right, defend. Defend the land. Okay, veteran. I wouldn't have thought we'd be in this spot after that Brotherhood's End, but we did flood out really badly. And now we have to figure out how to survive. One with a +1/+1 counter. Place it on the veteran so it trades with the Bankbuster, right? And then you attack face. They all attack face. They leave Saheeli alone. So we could crew the Buster and block the veteran. Now we can't. If we did, it would be a waste. Let's draw. Braid, good to have. We do have chump blocks, though. We're buying time. Take 2 from the frontliner because it exiles at end step, so we're not that afraid. Opponent still has, I think, a land in their hand. It might be an Ganjo. Ob makes Devil.
This beauty is inspiring.
Devils are very helpful. Let's keep that. And then we can tap. If we tap the Bankbuster, we can crew the Bankbuster and sack it to Ob. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then we still have the treasure. All right. Crew. Ob. Sack. Lots of loyalty here.
I'm gonna remake this town in
Devil.
Ha! Shake down the local
Plus. Gain that life.
by coin or carnage.
We're still dead if our opponent can remove this Thopter. Which is not great. But we do what we can. Jaya? Gonna use the treasure here. We could minus.
Said there is no subtlety to destruction.
Don't. I mean, that might hit a go for the throat or something of that nature. Does another blocker matter? Another blocker definitely matters. I mean, we're probably going to abrade this, which takes one. Another blocker can definitely matter. Block. Yeah. Let's try to hit a go for the throat. Cut down.
For elegance and speed in my work.
Fortunately, we don't have the mana to make it count. It doesn't hit anything right here. So my idea was I was going to abrade something and then cut down, but it's not going to work. All right. So we just have to get lucky here. Dodge the Brutal Cathar. They haven't had it the whole game. Dodge the Brutal Cathar. Another veteran. Okay, I've got a response. 3 damage right there. We don't have the loyalty for more Thopters. We have to find a solution this turn cycle. If I had made them 1/1 monk, then we could still have a devil to gain life with this turn cycle. But on the other hand, we're 2 cards closer to the cards we need to draw, the cards that will get us out of this situation because we use the exile effect. So let's see what happens. It's a harvester. The -2. Wait, I have the loyalty. I can't see the loyalty very clearly. It's behind a freaking tree, but you can see it when you zoom. All right. So that's going to be devil. That's going to be a plus for the life. And we go to 6.
Pleasure doing.
We're going to dig. Make disappear, no. Harvester, yes.
People plan.
There's a harvester. There's another. Goodbye, Sahili. We block.
We fail and
And we
look how
pass.
my art hums with life.
Staying alive, baby. Staying alive. Dodging their top decks. Just getting lucky all over the place. All right, they go to the vet. Can they attack with that veteran, though? If I block with the harvesters. They're going for Ob. Oh, that's a good sign. All right. Continue to chump for me, my little Thopter friends. I need you. All right, cycle. Soren. Nope, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. That would be a mistake. We need the harvester blood. Takanuma. Right now it just costs 1 mana. What do we get? Saheeli? We get Saheeli back? Yes. That is epic. So first let's make them make choices around Ob and the gain drain.
Plead for mercy. Pleasure doing business with you.
Right, channel. Oh, it gets a planeswalker, but it doesn't cost 1 less for a planeswalker? Sus. Urtai can kill something. Solkanar can deal 3 damage, doesn't quite kill something. We'll get Saheeli. Saheeli's been doing good work. Veteran out. All right, opponent knows we're gonna make Thopters. We're gonna wall up. They're gonna scoop it up. And that's the W.